I'm so glad to see you guys here, and I thank you for your valuable time from the bottom of my heart. Now, I welcome you all to this workshop, and I promise it's going to be worth your time. This is Mastering Networks, where we strive to excel and inspire. Now, this workshop is for those aspiring professionals who wishes to advance from their current work position to a higher position in the organization, and also for those who want to enhance their existing business just by incorporating Cisco devices in their networks. This workshop is also recommended for those who just, simply wishes to get some kind of information on Cisco and certification. Now, before moving forward, I would like every one of you to please close any kind of distractions you might have on side or in front of you. It could be a Facebook messages, it could be the mobile phones, WhatsApp, or even your baby if you have one, right? So before moving forward, let me just brief you a little bit about myself. My name is Nasir Hussain. I'm a computer engineer by profession. I'm a certified Cisco professional, a CCNA security, a CCNP. I am working in the telecom field for the past 12 years. I have worked with various vendors like Cisco, Firewalls, Microsoft, Tetra Communications for the military, Storm Shield Firewalls, and Avaya. Now let's try to understand Cisco's inception on how it all started and where do they stand now, right? So basically, Cisco system is American multinational technology founded in December 10th, 1984. Later on, they shipped first product or first of the Cisco router in 1986, known as the ASG or the Advanced Gateway Router. It supported the TCP, IP and other protocols. It just all started over here. And then later on, Cisco went public in 1990 and they got listed in the Nasdaq stock exchange. The company's valuation at that time was $224 million. Later, Cisco made their first and most significant acquisition in 1993, Ethernet switching startup Crescendo Communications. The purchase launched Cisco's $1 billion capital switching business. And then later in 1995, John Chambers was named as the CEO, replacing John Mogridge. Chambers oversees Cisco's growth from a $1 billion company in 1995 to a $40 billion company. And later on, Cisco gets into the voice networking in 1999 with the AVVID, also known as Architecture for Voice, Video and Integrated Data. Now, this kind of technology just used voice over the IP packet switching data networks, and it essentially made voice, which we have right now, a free service on the data network. The AVVID strategy will usher in a Cisco product line of IP phones and the PBX. Now later in 2004, Cisco introduced the Integrated Services Router, in short ISR. It was used basically for branch offices. Now ISR goes to become one of the Cisco's most successful products, selling more than 7.5 million units in just 5 years. Later, Cisco introduced their new Nexus 7000 or 7K data center switches in 2008. Cisco forms the core of the Cisco next generation data center, which will be designed and supported by a fabric or unified network and storage. It's intended to succeed the entrenched Cisco 6500 in data center networks. Later in 2009, Cisco is added to Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's a listing of 30 major stocks selected to reflect the overall US stock market. Now, the listing is an indication of Cisco's influence on the overall economy, not just in technology, right? Presently, Cisco is worth $256 billion. I'd like you guys to know 5 reasons why you need a Cisco CCNA routing and switching certification. Number 1, you will be certified by the networking leader. What do I mean by that? Is that Cisco pioneered the routing and switching technologies, and it continues to lead the way. The greatest market share and the largest installed bases in many industries. Now, the overwhelming majority of today's network travels over networks pathways built by Cisco infrastructure products. Now, if you are trained and certified to work on Cisco products, your skills will be more marketable and more in demand. Right? Moving on to point number 2, certification is the foundation that the networking careers are built upon. Now, ever since the CCNA program began, Cisco certification have been coveted by the network engineers and employers all over the world. Now, according to the recent research from the IDC, or International Data Corporation, Cisco skills are among the most included skills in hiring networks. They are included more frequently than 97% of all the skill sets required. Now, the need for the intimate understanding of the network infrastructure and protocol and how they work together has always been relevant. Now, that need is intensifying. A Cisco CCNA routing and switching, or RNS certification, provides you with the knowledge and expertise to succeed in the networking, even as technologies continue to evolve. Now, the program teaches you to install, monitor, and troubleshoot the network infrastructure products that are at the very heart of Internet of Things. Right? Now, point number 3, certification gives you more career options. I hope that makes sense. Now, with the CCNA RNS certification, your IT career path will have seamless, limitless possibilities. Now, IDC has found out that 7 out of 10 organizations look for certifications when they're hiring or promoting. Now, with the Cisco, you can continue upward along with the routing and switching track, progressing through the professional and the expert levels. Or you can just apply your core skills to the networking, such as the cloud collaboration, data network, data center, network programmability, wireless, or security. Now, these growing specialities are propelling IT forward. Now, with Cisco by your side, you will be uniquely prepared to take your career in whatever direction you want to go. Point number 4, Cisco keeps you current on all the latest technology changes. In addition to encompassing major network architecture shifts, such as with the Cisco DNA, Cisco continually surveys the changing IT landscape for the mirrored technological developments that have an impact on your certifications and your job role as a networking pro. Now, the CCNA RNS is no exception. Cisco's latest revision to the curriculum incorporates an understanding of quality of service, elements and their applicability, the interactions and the network functions of the firewalls. Now, point number 5, certification helps improve your paycheck, of course. Now, salaries for the IT networking jobs continue to surge, often fueled by a worldwide talent shortage. And your Cisco certification increases your earnings potential. In 2018 Technology Salary Guide, Robert Half Technology lists that CCNA RNS certification as one of the most sought out certifications in the North America, and adds that the employers may increase the salaries 5 to 10% for evidence of such in-demand abilities. Now, in addition, many organizations frequently offer lucrative rewards and recognition for employees who want Cisco certification. Now, let's have a look at some of the salary facts in USA. Now, earning a CCNA could be the career jumpstart that you were looking for. Now, moving from your standard help desk position, which you are currently into an actual server room and networking closets. Now, the best part is there isn't any prerequisite to sit for the exam. Now, the folks at the payscale.com surveyed a group of 8,137 CCNAs, finding their average yearly salary, which ranged from $39,195 to $118,830. Now, depending on the participant's location, years of experience and job title. Now, according to the study, the highest population of the CCNAs are located in the New York City, clearly, Chicago and Atlanta. Now, according to the study, the highest population of the CCNAs are located in the New York City, Chicago and Atlanta. The city with the highest average salary was San Jose, California. Now, the city with the highest average salary was California, coming in at 95,183 US dollars annually. Now, you can take a look at each city's respective median salary as well in the next graph, which I'm about to show you. Now, it should come as no surprise that the more experience you have, the more money you will make. And you can see the median salary below for the CCNA based off years experience below. Now, if you have just attained your CCNA, now we can see that if you have less than 1 year of experience, according to the national salary data, you're going to earn 45,550 US dollars annually. If you have experience of 1 to 4 years, the salary ranges 53,000 US dollars plus. Now, 5 to 9 years, 10 to 19, 20 plus years, the more years of experience you have, the more paycheck you receive. Now, this is the salary facts worldwide in US dollars. You can see that the highest paid CCNAs are located in New Zealand, ranging at 117,400 US dollars, followed by Hong Kong, Japan, Australia, and Canada, right? So these figures are annual wise. So what is Cisco certification? Cisco exams have changed several times in response to the changing IT trend. Now you can see that from the pyramid itself that there is an entry-level program followed by associate, professional expert, and then architect. So the more number of certifications you achieve, the higher you go up on the pyramid. Now in 2013, Cisco announced an update to its certification programs that align certification and training curricula with the evolving industry job roles, right? The content of the exam is a proprietary one. To achieve the CCNA RNS certification, one must earn a passing score on the Cisco exam 125. Or a combined passing scores on ICND1 and ICND2. Now the ICND1 as indicated as an exam number of 100-105. ICND2 has an exam number of 200-105. These are the exam codes. So what I'm trying to say here is that either you go for a single CCNA RNS exam, or you can break that into two, which is known as ICND1 and ICND2, right? Now, passing the ICND1 exam grants the candidate the CCENT certification. Okay? At the completion of the exam, candidates receive a score report along with a score breakout by the exam section and the passing score for the given exam. So let's say you have sat for the exam, you've answered all the questions, and you press submit. Just after a couple of seconds, you will receive your score report instantly with a complete breakout by exam sections. Okay, so it's instant. The results will be instant. The 200-125 CCNA, this is the one which I'm talking about, which is known as the composite, is the composite exam associated with the Cisco Certified Network Associate Routing and Switching certification. Now this exam tests a candidate's knowledge, the skills required to install, operate and troubleshoot a small to medium sized enterprise branch network. Now as you can see from the following table that this is the multiple certification path. It depends entirely on you on which path to go through, but yet again the entry level will always be the same, which is the CCNA routing and switching, as known as one exam, or ICND1 and ICND2. So getting an ICND1 will give you entry level name as a CCENT. So as you can see from the first column, that CCENT is the entry level for any of the programs here. Later on you can progress yourself to an associate level, and then to a professional level, and then to an expert level. Now here I wanted to show you a typical network layout of how a network basically looks like in any given organizations. Now this is just to give you a general idea of how the different networking units could be interconnected and the possibilities of the connections, right? Now you can see that the Cisco router here is placed in the center, and it's giving services to the two Cisco switches below them. It's also giving the services to the server. It's also giving the service to the Wi-Fi router. The router is also connected to the internet cloud above it. Now each device here are connected to other devices, so on and so forth. Now let's say a very typical kind of issue arises and people are complaining that there is no internet service available, right? So now you, as a certified Cisco expert, are required to troubleshoot and fix the issue. Now here the skills are very important. Now the skills you have acquired to become a Cisco expert will be very vital to understand the possibility of scenario which could be achieved by the Cisco study programs, right? So if you have taken a CCNA and if you have become one of the ICND1 and ICND2 expert, so you can easily figure out what kind of issue is here and how to resolve it. Now another thing is configuring a Cisco device is really fun. It's really fun, trust me. Now Cisco devices actually communicate and they share information with each other. They are smart, by the way. Cisco switches, trust me, they are smart. The moment you configure them, and when they are configured properly, they know what to do and how and when to transfer the data among themselves, avoiding any kind of duplicity. Now below you can see that there are two Cisco switches interconnected with each other via Ethernet cable for the data transmission. Each one of them has their own configuration and they transfer the data as per your design. Now you can become a network administrator or a software developer. Now the specialists in the computer support will have advancement opportunities to become software developers or the network administrators. Now the function of these positions include coordinating a company's computer system and maintaining the server software and the hardware. The software developer will create domains and ensure that their operations continue to run smoothly and efficiently. Earning a CCNA credential while also gaining education and work experience can prepare individuals to work as a computer support specialist and a network administrator, right? Now, as I have already mentioned about this, there are two kind of entry into the Cisco program, starting with CCNA Composite, which is considered as one single exam, or you can split them in two of them, known as ICND1 or ICND2. If you have successfully gained your ICND1 certification, you'll be known as a CCENT. Similarly for ICND2. Now the exam fees differs for each one of them. As you can see that the CCNA Composite exam, which is a single exam, will have a fee of $325, whereas the ICND1 will have an exam fee of $165, and similarly for ICND2. So you have to decide on which level certification will be easier for you to manage. Now the requirements will be very simple. It will be just a basic understanding of a computer function, let's say email, a web browser, etc. You should have some kind of background in technology suggested, but it's not mandatory. The recommended equipment for practicing will be, let's say for instance, Cisco 2600 series router, a Cisco 2950 or 3550 Catalyst switch. The related certifications I've already mentioned. The prerequisite for a CCNA RNS certification exam is that there is no prerequisite. No specific degree is required to earn a CCNA credential, but however, a degree in the computer science or information science might be required by the employers in the IT fields. Now this entirely depends on the employers, what are they looking for. The validity of each of the certification is for 3 years. The renewal requires certification holder to register for and pass the same or the higher level Cisco certification every 3 years. Now the biggest problem is for most of the students is that they don't know where to start and they don't know what to do.
That's completely fine, and I do understand that because I have been in a similar kind of situation. So it's perfectly fine. And they also don't have a complete solution with a mentor to support them. Okay, so that's actually a very common concern for many students who want to start studying the Cisco certification course. Now, the proper modules and the gears, what I will be doing is giving you everything you need to make it successful. I'll be giving you a light version of best selling CCNA network simulator from Pearson. It's an official release from Pearson. It will provide you with the means right now to experience the Cisco CLI, the command line interface. Now, there is absolutely no need to go buy a real gear or buy a full simulator to start learning the CLI. Okay, now some of the students, what they do is they would like to get their hands on the brand new Cisco devices or even a used Cisco device which costs them money for a startup, but you don't need all those things as of now. This simulator which I'll be giving you could be downloaded on any PC and you can instantly start practicing. The other things which you will be getting is the GNS3 simulator with Cisco routers and switches iOS firmware. You'll be also getting an official release guide for ICND1 and ICND2. It will also be comprised of video tutorials and of course my personal support, which is worth $5,000 plus. Okay, so now what I would like to offer is 3 limited time packages to select from, starting from a basic plan which includes Boson network simulator. It includes an official certification guide, and there is a Facebook chat support feature in this package, right? So the Facebook chat support is a kind of support wherein I give you through a chat application available on the Facebook. Now you can chat with me directly regarding any concerns you might be having while you're studying your Cisco certification. The second plan is the Pro or the Professional plan, wherein you'll be getting all the basic plan features, plus you'll be getting a Skype audio or video support, and this will be $697. Now in the Skype audio or video full support, it's provided directly by me, and I will be personally mentoring you, and I'll be resolving any kind of Cisco related issues you might be having throughout your Cisco certification journey, right? The third one is the Gold plan or the full featured plan, which will be having all the Pro plan features plus a phone call support. So you can get my support through a phone call. So what you do is you could just message me and I'll call you up to resolve any kind of issues that you might be facing in your course study plan. Now these are the golden opportunities which you won't find on any other coaching platform, right? All these features will speed up your study pace with a clear focus and prepare you for the online exams. Now look guys, this offer is for a very limited time, so please take advantage of it. Now the value of the entire course is priceless because this will advance your current career into impossible heights. Okay, now the other thing is, once you achieve your Cisco goals, okay, once you get your Cisco goals, once you achieve what you're looking for, there's no stopping you. There's no stopping in the sense that you will enjoy the certification paths, and that will have the desire to earn more and more. So there's no stopping. Once you achieve your first certification, that's your entry, and you will start enjoying your journey. You wish to get more and more. Now what you need to do is click the link below and start right away. Okay, now if you do have any questions, please post them in the comments below. I am here and I should receive all the emails at a time. Okay, now the very common question is that what are my chances of passing the exam in the first attempt? Now I say it's very simple. You understand the course, okay? because you have to sit for the exam, you have to clear the exams. Okay, so of course you got to understand the entire course and exam contents. Of course you have to be aware of what type of questions you might be getting in your exams, right? Which makes sense because that's what we do normally. So once you understand the entire course and you know the exam contents, and of course at the end you practice with all the gears, I am certain that it will be a second nature to get through. Simple, that's it. Okay, you just have to focus, you have to dedicate your time every week, every day. Okay, you need to dedicate time for this one, for the Cisco certifications, and eventually you'll get through, trust me. Now the thing is that this thing has an amazing value. You know, even if you get a high paying job, once you are a Cisco certified and you get a high paying job, you've already achieved your target of making more money, because at the end that's what we look for. We look for accreditation, we look for money, right? And we also look for a good position in any organization. So once I've achieved that, I've achieved my goals. Makes sense, right? Now see, the thing is, look, if you don't have money right now, there are ways to get the money. What you need now is to have the correct or the proper mindset. Now successful people don't say that I can't afford it, what is too expensive. Okay, try to understand what I'm saying here. Successful people don't say that I can't afford it, what is too expensive. What they say is, how can I get the money, how can I make this happen? All right, so they don't make any kind of excuses. They just want to get it because they will advance in their career, in terms of money, in terms of positions, in terms of everything. Because this is successful people lifestyles. This is what they do. Read what they have done to get what they are now. Okay, now I can't afford it is another question I get. Now look, I can give you this for free, but I won't. You know why? Do you know why? Because I don't want time wasters wasting my time and wasting my other students' time. I've spent so much into this. Okay, I've spent so much into this, not to forget my time, efforts, and sleepless nights. Okay, and I have also paid so much money to reach where I am right now. Okay, so see, another thing is, I thought about the course price. Okay, I was thinking charging 5,000, which I thought would be quite expensive, and $200 it is too less for me to be committed to you, because it takes a lot of time. Okay, it takes a lot of time. Now you're going to be committed to this amount. Okay, you as a student are going to be committed to this amount. This is the thing, you can learn all these things, it's easy, but you want to commit yourselves. Why do you want to commit yourselves? Because you just paid for the course. Okay, you're going to commit it to your own success. Okay, now I don't have to tell you that, okay, hey, get up, start the router configuration, start the troubleshooting of the topology, you know, start working, start doing this, or did you finish this, or did you do that, right? I don't need to do that. You've got to do it yourself. Okay, another thing I get too much is people say that, let me think about it. Like, okay, why do you want to think about it? You thought about it when you came in to watch this video in the first place, right? You want to get a better pay, don't you? You want to get a better life, a better car, a home, or whatever you want. You just think how to get the money to get all those luxuries you can afford. Okay, now you make money by advancing to the higher position, right? This is the time. This is the time when your life will change. It's a transformational journey. Okay, another thing I get is, it's too expensive. Now my question is that, compared to what? Okay, when you say it's too expensive, then I ask you, compared to what? What are you comparing it with? How is it too expensive? If I give you $20,000 right now, okay, I give you $20,000 right now, and I ask you to give me 1,000 from it, Is that expensive? Just answer me that. Is that expensive? If I was to give you a skill set that makes you $100,000 a year, and I say to you, give me 1,000 from it, is that too expensive? Now, how much will it cost to you to take any action? Okay, how much time will it cost you to do nothing? Another question I get is, how much time will it get me to get there? Now, if I say you drive from Chicago to Washington, okay, it'll take you 12 hours by road, driving at 120 kilometers per hour, right? You just start driving a car from Chicago to Washington by road, you reach in 12 hours time when you're driving at 120 kilometers per hour. But if someone else is driving at 160 kilometers per hour, how much time will it take for him to reach? Less than 8 hours, maybe, give or take. If someone else is driving at 200 kilometers per hour, which is over the speed limit actually, then the amount of time to reach will be less than 4 hours. It's on your pace, simple as that. Now, once you get it all set up, okay, once you have it all set up, the main thing is setting it up in your mind, okay, which shouldn't take you much long. Then it's all about dedication. Like I said, it's all about dedication. If you just dedicate 1 to 2 hours minimum, it's sufficient. It's more than sufficient for your study. You start with a good mindset and dedication, you will eventually go with the flow and in no time become an expert on it. Alright, so this is my take on it. Okay guys, so you may now please follow the link to go ahead, and I wish you success in life, and I wish to see you on the other side as well. Alright, so goodbye for now. Thank you.